Someone at your bank gave notice on Friday. By Monday, their laptop still opens the loan files. Their phone still gets the email. And the seat you are paying for every month is still sitting there. Here's the part almost everyone gets wrong. Resetting the person's password does not close the door. It never did. I want to walk you through how offboarding actually works in Microsoft 365 for a bank, a credit union, or a mortgage company. Because the difference between doing it right and doing it close enough is the difference between a clean departure and an examiner finding. Start with the two things that actually matter to you. First, the work has to keep moving. When a loan officer leaves, a customer is still going to reply to their last email. A processor still needs a file that lived in that person's OneDrive. Good offboarding keeps all of that flowing to whoever picks up the work. Second, the money. A Microsoft 365 license assigned to someone who left is a paid seat doing no work. And a Microsoft 365 Copilot seat sits on top of the base license at its own price. So a stranded Copilot seat is the most expensive version of that mistake. Reclaim it, and the next hire reuses it instead of you buying a brand new one. Over a year of normal turnover, this is real money. Now the security part and the order matters. The very first move is not the password. It is to block the account's sign-in and to revoke the user's sessions in Microsoft Entra ID. Revoking sessions invalidates the tokens their devices use to stay signed in. So the laptop and the phone cannot renew access. One honest detail, a token that was already handed out is short-lived, but it can keep working until it expires, usually within about an hour. So turn on continuous access evaluation, and Microsoft will honor that revocation in a near real time. Because sign-in is blocked once the old token lapses. Nothing can get a new one. Then you retain before you remove. This is where a rushed offboarding does lasting harm, because deletion runs on a clock. Delete the user and the account is recoverable for 30 days. Remove only the license and the mailbox content generally sticks around for about 30 days. Those windows are short and they vary by workload, so do not lean on them. Convert the mailbox to a shared mailbox so colleagues keep the correspondence, and apply a Microsoft Purview retention policy or a legal hold before anything gets deleted. A quick note that saves you a surprise on the invoice. A shared mailbox is free until it passes 50 gigabytes, or you put it on hold. And in our world, holds are common. Then, and only then, you reclaim the license and the Copilot seat and recycle it to the next hire. Can you automate all of this? Yes. Microsoft Entra ID governance has Lifecycle workflows with a post-offboarding template that runs the levered tasks on a schedule. Instead of depending on someone remembering, the one thing to know is that it needs Entra ID governance licensing, so you scope it deliberately. For most institutions, the right answer is a documented manual checklist as a baseline, with automation layered on where the volume justifies it. And here's the governance payoff. When an examiner asks about a former employee, they do not just want the access removed. They want evidence that the removal is a consistent, repeatable control, not a hope. The FFIEC Handbook treats timely deprovisioning as a control. And for a non-bank lender, the FTC Safeguards Rule expects the same access discipline. A defined sequence that blocks sign-in, revokes session, preserves records, reclaims the license, and leaves a trail of each is the answer that closes the finding. This is exactly the kind of routine we run for more than 750 financial institutions whose Microsoft 365 we manage. As part of M365 Guardian, ABT runs offboarding inside your tenant so that the day someone leaves, the access is cut, the records are preserved, the license comes back, and every step is documented for the exam. Nothing depends on one more person remembering the checklist. If you want a second set of eyes on how your institution offboards today, the full written guide is linked below. And you can talk to an ABT 365 specialist from there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.